What's happening, folks? Welcome to another video. I gotta tell you, it is too pretty of a day. Check this out. It is too nice of a day to have just had the disaster of a storm come through our state that we had. You know, these, man, I gotta say, if you are in the Southwest Florida area, I know you guys have just recovered from a major hurricane 2 years ago, year and a half ago, whenever that was. And now you get hit again. I know that's awful. And so we are praying for you guys. That is just a really tough situation. And while all this is going on, there seems just to be a lot of craziness in the country right now. I'm just gonna keep making videos in hopes that maybe these videos will brighten your day a little bit if you're not having such a great day. So that's what we're doing today. I'm not gonna waste a beautiful day. We're gonna go take it back up to Milton, Florida today. So if you saw last video, I had some success up there, but this time of year, we can do one thing that we can only do this time of year, and that's what we're gonna do today. So we're gonna go catch some fish and bring them back and cook them up here in the outdoor kitchen. So let's go make it happen. I just spoke with a friend of mine from Tampa, and they said they're okay. Everybody out there down there is just about as out of power. There's significant amount of damage. We're gonna pull up right here and see if we can catch some fish. There's multiple areas that we can hit and probably be successful, but I'm gonna start at this little fishing pier right up here where I've caught them in the past. And I'm gonna show you what we're gonna do. So this is the pier right here that we're gonna start at, folks. So this time of year, we get a ton of roe mullet in this river system. Now, I grew up in this area. This is Milton, Florida, and I grew up eating roe mullet, okay? And so they're delicious, and we eat every piece of the mullet, like the backbone, the roe, you name it. And this is the time of year that you get them up here. Now, I wouldn't advise throwing a cast net off of these piers and bridges that we're gonna hit today unless you want to ruin your cast net. There's just too much structure below. But there are other legal methods to harvesting mullet. One being snagging them with a treble hook, okay? And that is what we're gonna do today. And this is actually a very effective way to get these big roe mullet. And a lot of people will be like, I always get comments when we do this, that's inhumane. Is hooking a fish in the mouth any better? Is stabbing something with a gig any better? I mean, at some point, if you support the sport of fishing, you're gonna have to be okay with. And there are millions of mullet, all right? There's no shortage of mullet. And so this is how we're gonna catch them today. And we're gonna catch dinner, and then we're gonna go home and eat them. And we're gonna cook the whole fish, the backbone, the roe, the gizzards, you name it. A lot of people frown upon eating mullet. I'm not one of them. I'm just gonna look for them, all right? And when we see them swim by, you know, we're gonna snatch them. It's easier said than done, too, folks. Trying to hit them is definitely easier said than done. Don't come out here with a flimsy spinning rod thinking that you're gonna snatch mullet. They're gonna be harder to snatch actually today because we do have a high sun, so they're gonna be able to see me just as easy as I'm gonna be able to see them, but they should be coming back this way here any minute. And I know that we're gonna start seeing them at some point. There's the first school right here. I don't know which way they're going. Oh, that's actually menhaden. That ain't mullet. That ain't, oh yeah, it was mullet. Dadgummit. I thought it was menhaden, so I didn't take them seriously. I still see them though. Golly. I didn't take them seriously. Oh, I thought I had him that time. Let's see where they're going here. They're running, dude. They're spooky. Yeah. Just like I thought they would be, really skittish. Those are also not the big roe mullet, those are smaller. I need the big roe mullet, they're gonna be easier to snatch. Oh, that's a good group right there. Dang, if I can get on those, come on. Ah, almost. Dadgummit. That was a lot of them right there. I got a scale too, dang it. Check this out, y'all. On that snatch, that's like my second or third school I've seen, but I got a scale that time. They're hard to get right now because the sun is so high that they're running. They're super fast. The later that it gets in the day though, the easier it'll get to snatch them. We made a little location change. We're back to the bridge that we fished at the other day because just to see if there's more mullet here. That other place had a few, but not as many. Not enough. I need more. I can see a lot better here. I do like that. There's a few mullet. They're too shallow though. Ooh, that's a big one right there. I don't know if I can get them though. Holy cow, that's some big ones. Got him, I got him. That's a big one too. Got him. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Come on, come on. Yeah, that's a big roe mullet right there for sure. That's number one of the day. That is a big old roe mullet right there, y'all. Check him out. I hadn't been over to this bridge but a couple minutes and already got one, so that's a good sign. More big ones back over here, but I think they may be too shallow. Yep. Which way you going, Billy? I know you're gonna turn back. Got you. Oh, that was about as close as you're gonna get. He just wouldn't turn. That was crazy how close I got on him. There's a group of them right here. Good group of them. Oh, come on, turn, turn, turn. Dang. That's a lot of them right there. Good group of them right here. If I could get them to turn in. I can't tell which way they're going. Yeah, that's a real good group of them. They're a little bit skittish though, just like all the rest of them today. I mean, you look at these conditions though. We have like extreme bluebird skies. So no wonder these fish are a little skittish today. Got him. There we go. Got him. That's a good one. There we go. Nice. Mullet number 2 here, folks. Getting a few. The later it gets, the easier they're going to be to snatch. I can tell you that. If they will get into this shadow right here like they just did, you can snatch them about every time. But right now, they're coming to the shadow and then they're turning away. They're scared. So that group, for some reason, came into the shadow and I was able to get one. Got him. There we go. It's a big one too. Check out the size of that mullet right there. That is a tank, y'all. We're starting to get some good ones now. Let's keep going. Let's keep at it. Look at that, we got a big scale that time. Check it out. Crazy how bad they're seeing my shadow right here. Right here on the highway, folks, catching dinner, doing a pretty good job. And you know what? This is 2 videos in a row that I've made from here. I can't believe it. 2 videos in a row that I've made from this bridge and been successful. Got him. There we go. Nice. Got him. That's a small guy there. Now that is not a roe mullet. That's just a smaller mullet. I can't believe I even got him, but we'll take him. Starting to get a little mess of them here, folks. Another group of them coming here. I just can't tell which way they're going. Got him, there we go. Got another one. Another small, so this is not, these are good eaters, but they're not roe mullet. They're definitely not gonna have roe. The other ones I caught probably do. Shadow now, and it's making it easier to get them. Look, there's some more right here. Ooh, that's a big one, dude. If I can get him, I'd love to get him. I don't know. Nope, he turned. Golly, that was a big one. Let's see if I can get the one in the back here. Nope, almost. We're gonna take these mullet home right now and have us a mullet fry. I'm gonna fry everything. Hopefully they have roe, okay? And that was just something different, all right? That's what I like to do on this channel, just mix it up. We're back at the house. Now, this is gonna be interesting because we gotta see if these mullet have roe in them or not. They may not all of them do. Some of these are big enough to, for sure. All right, moment of truth right here. Look at that big old fat mullet, okay? And we've got multiples in there to see. The reason I wanted to do this was just because, just hoping that, yes, first mullet, we got roe. Look at that, that's like a little pot of gold in there. I'm gonna be very careful when cleaning this guy because I don't want to mess up the roe. That's actually a big hunk of roe too, so there we go. Boom. I can't believe it. I was worried because you just never know. And usually I would just take my knife and slice him and go down like that, but I don't want to mess that roe up, so I'm really just trying to take my time a little bit here with this guy. And you know, folks, mullet is, you know, like I said, in a lot of places, people, it's frowned upon. People are like, I'm not going to eat that muddy thing. But you have to understand, we have really clean, clear water here. And these mullet are actually delicious. We actually have mullet. Oh man, I got the roe. I actually nicked the roe. Dang it! That's okay. We actually have mullet on a lot of our restaurant menus here on the panhandle of Florida. Fried mullet is considered a delicacy in a lot of these places. Now look at this big piece of roe. That is what is delicious, and I really enjoy. That's caviar right there. That's all that is caviar, except you don't have to pay $100 for it. So we're gonna set this over here. That's the first thing that we're gonna eat out of the mullet, which is exciting. Obviously the fillet is gonna be fine. That's good. That's the least exciting part of the mullet though. You know, what's funny is growing up here as a kid, anytime we'd have a fish fry when I was a kid and we needed to feed a bunch of people, we would, it would be mullet if we needed to feed the ball team or whatever it may be, you know. Now, here's the next thing that's cool. That, my friends, is a gizzard. And we're also going to eat the gizzard. We do need to clean this out though, because you don't want to eat that part right there. we're just gonna, the best thing to do with these gizzards is just kind of cut them in half right there, and that way you can really clean them good, because that that's gonna make them taste better. All right, we'll put the gizzard over here. So yeah, and there's the liver. You could technically eat the liver as well, and you can do this with any fish, but we just grew up, look at that liver right there. We just grew up doing it with mullet, and so it's just something that I'm used to. And here's the cool thing about it. Let me show you another trick here. We're just dissecting a mullet here, folks. All right, so we've got the fillet. All right, we've got the fillet, but we're not done yet, because another thing we would do growing up is we would eat the backbone. All right, that is a mullet backbone, and so we're going to fry that up as well. We're going to eat the tail. The tail is like a little potato chip. Okay, and so really, really unique. And then if you look at what you're getting here, you're not really wasting a whole lot. Look at this right over here. We've got the roe, the gizzard, the fillet, and the backbone. And you can also eat the white roe out of these guys. I don't particularly enjoy the white roe, so I'm not gonna do it today. But what we're gonna do is clean the rest of these guys up and put them in the fryer over here. It's heating up, and we're gonna have a mullet fry. Guys, if you want a good knife right here, this is the 8-inch Dexter Russell. It's only like 13 bucks, and I love the 8-inch. The 8-inch is the best in my opinion, and I used to use this knife when I ran fishing charters, and it to me is one of the best budget knives that you can possibly buy to clean fish. If you're just looking for a cheap knife, I love. And I'm not. I ain't sponsored by Dexter or anything. I've just always been a big fan of their fillet knives. When I ran fishing charters, and a lot of the captains can attest to this, back in the day, we didn't have a place to like hook up to electricity or anything, and so we did not clean fish with electric knives. We would always just break out these Dexters. We are going roe and gizzards first here. We're just going to toss them around in the fish fry. This is southern caviar right here, folks. And you know what? If you don't eat mullet, all right, and this is, I'm serious now, if you don't eat mullet, it's probably because you live in an area where you've got really muddy water. Now, in an area where the water is super muddy, these mullet probably have a muddier taste, okay? But in this clean water that we have, that river system that we were in is pristine. It is so clean. And same with the Gulf. You can get them out of the Gulf right here. We've got that emerald green water, the sandy bottom. These mullet are really good. And I was just talking to my wife about this, she set all this stuff up for us. So big shout out to Melanie. Why do we only do this with mullet? Why don't I see this being done with other fish? Like, I'm sure other fish roe is really tasty. Like what we're about to do with the fish tails and how we're eating this. I'm like, why do we only do this with mullet?
Because it's a tender part, right?
Mm-hmm. There we go. So there's our roe and our gizzards. We're gonna set that right over there. And then let's go in with the backbones. These obviously are not going to take very long. That is a mullet potato chip right there. Any of y'all flathead catfish? I've started getting into flathead catfishing, like the big ones, like the 30, 40, 50 pounders. It's just something that I'm kind of into, and I don't really know the best where to go around here for it. I know there's some spots just north of here that I've been hitting and doing okay, but it's just something that I've gotten into. If y'all want to see those videos, comment below, because it's pretty cool catching those giant fish from like dams and stuff like that. Last but not least, we got the fillets going in. When I was growing up, we used to go to, I think, Reggie's Seafood in Milton, get fried mullet, Gator Seafood, like all these different places. So anybody that is from the panhandle of Florida has probably eaten mullet. Those smaller mullet, I'm going to show you what I'm going to do with those. They are not going to go to waste. So I'm going red fishing over the next couple of days, and so I've got the smaller mullet in a Ziploc bag, and I'm just going to keep those in the refrigerator so that I got some good cut bait next time I go fishing. Check out this plate right here. We have our roe, we have our gizzards, our backbone and our fillets, and then of course we have our tartar sauce. And we're just going to jump right in, starting with this roe. I have always been a fan of yellow roe for some reason. I'm going to put this big piece on my plate. If you guys have never tried fried mullet roe, you're missing out. Flavor, the texture, everything, big thumbs up. Let's go in for a gizzard. I tried to get Bearded Brad to eat one of those in a video one day and he wouldn't do it. But the gizzards are excellent. And now the backbones, folks, you got like a little potato chip. You ever eaten fish tails? An all natural organic potato chip right there. And then of course we got our fried mullet. If I were to give you that fish right there and you didn't know what it was, and you were a mullet hater, you would no longer be a mullet hater. All right, you can comment. I know you're gonna, I already know there's gonna be comments. Oh, I'd never eat mullet. Mullet are nasty. But folks, I'm just telling you, these mullet here and this Gulf water, this clean water is good, folks. If you enjoyed that video, shoot me a big thumbs up. Everything I'm involved with linked in my description below. We will catch you next time.